Hey, what's up? It's LazyBrain here from LazyGaming.com, and today we're taking a look at one of the new Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer maps called Black Box. And probably the reason why it's called like that is because you can see there's a huge plane that crashed into the map, and usually there's a device used for figuring out why a plane crashed and how it could have been avoided, and that little device is placed in planes, and it's called a black box. So that's probably the reason why. And as you can see, we're just taking a look here at the map now. I'm on domination, so you could see it there. You could see one of the flags, and I'll get into the actual game with in first person in a second. Here I'm just taking a look here in kind of a flying mode. And one thing I could tell is that, you know, it's quite a big map. It's not what we're really used to. It has a lot of different houses and different ways you can get to certain places, and it's kind of weird. I'm not really used to it compared to other Modern Warfare 3 maps. It definitely doesn't feel the same. And I was trying to find a public game, by the way, but I didn't manage to find one where we actually played Black Box, because this map literally came out like 15 minutes ago. So didn't find any public games. But here where I'm just looking at the different houses. Now this is one of the houses. It's a pretty big hotspot, you might say. A lot of people will, well, try to, you know, keep this building under control, kind of camp here, and it's a really good defensive point. You can overlook two flags, and there you go. You got the, I think that's the A flag. No, yeah, that is the A flag, sorry. And from that house you can kind of pretty much take a look at the A and B flag, which is pretty cool. The B flag is at the plane, or in between the plane, two parts of the plane that crashed. And here you go, I went into first person mode to go ahead and take a look. And here is the first house, pretty close to the C flag. And in Search and Destroy it's not really close to any bomb, but here's a C flag. And this is the C building right next to it. C is pretty easy to capture. Of course, you're going to make sure you stay at the left side of the white car there to capture C. Otherwise, you can easily get taken out from that building next to A, the one I was just talking about before, the kind of hot spot of all the buildings. And you know, keep in mind, I'm trying to kind of improvise this video. I've already tried to do a commentary about this, but it's kind of tricky because I'm just trying to get this commentary out as fast as possible. And I haven't found any actually good spots. I did look for some good spots, but a lot of jumps and stuff have been blocked. For example, here I can get on this, you can't actually get on top of the plane, you can only get inside it. And I was trying to figure out if there was any way you could get on top of it, but it's not really possible. And the only way you can get onto the second floor of the plane is only through the stairs, so there's no other way, which I find kind of, you know, lame, because I like to have different spots and cool jumps, but I really haven't found any other way. So here I'm just heading through the plane. You can just take a look at the map here. That building I was trying to jump on a second ago. It's kind of confusing. I'll get back to it in a second. But here I'm getting on one of the aisles, or wings, sorry, of the plane, and there you can see you got a very good look on A and B from this building. This is definitely a very good building to keep control of if you want to play domination, at least. Pretty cool building. I mean, you can see the whole things, like the whole map is kind of already destroyed. A lot of the elements are already destroyed, except a few windows you can still, you know, break, but a lot of it is already destroyed. And I have the feeling, you know, it's kind of a big map, and I have also the feeling that a lot of people are going to camp on here because of all these big buildings with different rooms and stairs and stuff like that. Here I was actually trying to jump off, seeing if those little lakes there, or those little, how do you say, not lakes, but I don't know how this is called, but you know, they're supposed to be water, so I thought, you know, maybe they will cancel out the fall damage, but they don't actually. I guess they're not deep enough or something like that. And here I found it kind of disappointed. These bushes, you can't actually jump over them, and I think that's kind of weird. Here you can capture B. I was trying to figure out a way on how to get to the second floor of B, but you can't actually get on there in any other way than the stairs. And you cannot capture a B flag from the second floor, which is kind of a pity as well. I was trying to, here as you can see, experiment if you could capture B in any way. There might still be a way. I mean, you can get on B and then just like stay on at the second floor and then stay on it with like just your foot or something, and you do still capture it, but you know, it's kind of useless. I was just trying to figure out a way, if there was a good way you could do it. But B is kind of tricky to capture. I mean, it's you know, there's not a lot of cover to capture. There's only the cover right here. As you can see, you can lay it on there. I guess that's the only cover you have, even though it's still pretty open. But you know, that's probably the only thing I found. And here I'm heading to A again. I'm just gonna go to the building next to A. It's kind of confusing building in my opinion. I mean, at first I thought you could get on the second floor of this building, but in the end it ended up not being the case. I don't think you can actually get on the second floor. You can get like to the 1.5 floor, but you can't get on top of there. As you can see, I was trying to jump there, but it didn't work out. And I'm just trying to show you guys the whole map into detail. I mean, you can just go ahead and take a look at it, and you know, I don't have much more to say about it. I guess I'm probably gonna make a jumps and spots videos or stuff like that, but you probably want to look at people like T Martin or something if you want to find good spots and stuff like that as fast as possible. He'll probably put a video before me on this kind of stuff, but I'm just quickly showing you guys as the map just came out how it looks like and where you can jump and stuff like that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of things already that have been, you know, kind of limited, and areas like these, for example, that are pretty much useless. Like, I don't know why they created this, and it's just a very big map, and sometimes I wonder why, you know, they created certain areas inside the map. And my computer is spazzing out. There we go. And here I was trying to figure out multiple ways getting into buildings and stuff, but as you can see, I didn't find any good things here. I didn't find how to get on that second floor without using the stairs. Maybe from the outside it's possible, but from here it's definitely not. So, you know, I was hoping to see some more spots and stuff and jumps that were easily discoverable, because usually Infinity Ward does put these in most of their maps, but I think Treyarch definitely does a better job at putting in little spots and stuff like that into their maps. And here, for example, I find it pretty lame that you can get on that flower pot, and whether you could get on the others, stuff like that. And here you can't jump on here, which is really weird, and you can't jump through these bushes either. You know, I mean, all those kind of things, I find it kind of lame, you know. They really try to make you walk a lot. Of course, you can jump on the wings from there. But yeah, that's pretty much a look at Black Box. Go ahead and comment down below if you know, what do you think about the map and stuff like that, and if you prefer the Spec Ops maps. In my opinion, the Spec Ops maps are a little bit better. But thank you a lot for watching. This has been an overview of Black Box for Modern Warfare 3. Thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.